Hey everybody, I'm just going to share with you some tips for college. For all of you incoming freshmen and maybe some of you that are already sophomores that are already in college that haven't had anyone to tell you some tips to survive college. Okay, so here's just a few tips. These aren't in any particular order, but from my experience, these are things that I wish I knew walking into college. My first one is learn how to study. In high school, I was assuming you were in a public school. My high school experience was really easy. I never studied. I walked into class, I took a test, and I usually got an A or a B. But in college, it's a different beast because there is no extra credit sometimes. It depends on your classes. But usually, don't assume there's going to be extra credit and there's going to be that extra help or that little bit of a boost to help you. Always assume that your grade is your grade. Okay? So what I recommend is do not cram. A lot of people, they brag about, oh, I spent 12 hours in the library. I did all this. I'm ready for this test. Why'd you spend 12 hours studying when you could have been piecing it along the entire time? Study each day for about 30 minutes. Heck, even give it 15 to 20 minutes per class just to keep it fresh in your mind so you're not on test day like, dang, what did he say 2 months ago? No. Study a little bit each day. Your friends can wait. If your friends want to hang out and they don't care about your success, get new friends. All right? Study a little bit each day, just a little bit. Just look over the notes. You don't even have to like in depth. Just look over them, okay? Just read them over each day and it'll stay fresh. All right? The next one is don't buy your books until you know that you're actually going to use them. In my opinion, college has become a business instead of a place of education. So these professors, a lot of the time your professors are the ones that write these books and they get paid to write these books. So every year they come out with a new volume and half the time it's the same book. Okay, it's just now it's nice and glossy and the edges are still crispy. All right, and half the time you'll never even open the book. So you have syllabus day. Most professors have syllabus day. Walk in and ask if we are going to be using the book. They'll always say, you can use it for reference. If they say use it for reference, you probably don't need it. And then even then, buy a used book or buy like an older edition. It's going to be the same information, more than likely. Okay? Go on different sites and see, professor reviews and see if you ever use the book. Okay? It'll save you some money. And then at the end of the year, cash in on that book because you're more than likely you're not going to open it again unless you're really, really passionate about your subject. You're not going to open that book ever again. So go ahead and cash out on it and sell it back to some bookstore for a few extra bucks. Broke college kids, we need that money. Okay. Next is establish a relationship with your professors. These professors are, most of them, at least in my school, are required to have office hours. Just go. Just say, hey, I liked your lecture on XYZ. Could you go a little bit more in depth on blah, blah, blah? Okay? Even if you know this to the full extent, all they're going to do is remember that that's the person that shows up at every office hour, or at least just go once a month. Okay? Just go in once a month. And so they remember you. So if it comes to that situation where you're borderline, pass fail, or, you're 2 points away from that between that B or that A that you need, they might remember you. So, professor, is there anything I can do? Or, the best way is never ask, how can I get 2 points? Just say, is there any way that I can crank out this higher grade? Like, is there a way that what do I need to study in order to get an A on this exam? Stuff like that. And they'll know that what you're going for. Okay, these professors are smarter than you. Okay, they have had hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of students. They know the game just as well as you do. But if you just, weasel around it, they'll be like, okay, I'm going to help this kid out. But don't rely on that because some of these professors are cutthroat. I needed a C for my class and I got a D. Okay, that sucked. But I believe I got like a 69.7, and the 70 was a C, or somewhere 70. I think it was a 70. Don't quote me. But I remember 69.7. And I didn't get that little .3 bump to get that class for that. I believe it was a C that I needed for that class. And that crushed me. Because I was like, really? Even the computer didn't round that up? Your grade was your grade. He said that to me. And I was like, you are a jerk. I had some different words, but ended up having to retake that class and I breezed through it. But whatever. Make sure you understand that you need to make a good relationship with your professors. I'm not saying kiss up to them. I'm not saying, hey, professor, can I wash your car? No. Okay? Just understand that if you develop a good rapport with these people, they'll help you out. More than likely. Okay? The next one I can say is go to class. Go to class. Okay? The year is going to wear down on you. You're going to get tired and you're going to start sleeping in and you don't have your mom and dad to make sure that you're up for class. Okay? Go to class. But more importantly, when you're in class, simply pay attention. You know, in most of my classes, looking back on it, I can almost guarantee you that I would at least have gotten C's in my classes if I had just simply paid attention. I was a kid that went in class and was like watching YouTube with my headphones on, you know, browsing through Snapchat and Facebook and stuff like that, doing everything but being in class. But I was just here. Like Marshawn Lynch, it was just like, yeah, I'm just here so I don't get fined. You know what I mean? Because a lot of teachers have, attendance policies. So, you know, that's the only reason I was there. I was like, well, I'm here. Whatever, I'll study it later. Just pay attention. Your friends can wait, okay? You know, if you have friends that are saying, yo, what you going to class for all the time? You got the wrong friends. If they're not there for your success and they don't want to help you grow, don't worry about them. In junior year, my whole hall all became friends, and we used to study together. We didn't even have the same majors, but we all went into the same little study area and just studied around each other. You know, a little chit chat, mess with each other, and studied. So if your friends aren't there for your success, and all they want to do is drink and smoke and do drugs and, you know, whatever they want to do, they're not your friends. Learn how to get rid of them from the jump. I guess that's a 2-in-1, but pick your friends wisely. Are your friends the ones that will do whatever it takes to succeed in their lives? They're the ones you need to be around, even if they're not in your major. Because what I learned is different majors help you think about your major a little bit differently. Like my best friend is a business major, and I'm like an environmental science guy. He knows money, money, money. I know, like, looking at things at the big, broad picture, but where he's very particular. So being around him, I started to add his particularness, whatever, if that's a word, to mine. So when I started studying this is the broad spectrum of the soil. I'm looking at soil science major. This is the soil, but what's going on in there? And I started to use different traits from all these different majors in mine. So have a variety of friends. Don't just have engineering major friends. Don't just have art majors. Don't just have XYZ. Okay? Have a variety of friends and a variety of majors. Okay? Going into college, you learn that the first 2 years of a typical 4-year college plan is a bunch of gen eds. So make the best of it, okay? If you are dead set and you know what your major is, get started on it. You know, you have the power to tell your advisors, hey, I want to do this. Hey, I want that class, and I want to do this. Assuming like you have all the prerequisites, because that's how they kind of get you, and that's why I said college is a business instead of a place of education nowadays. Because like you have to have math 101 and 102 before you can start getting into your major. Why? You know, I'm in soil science. Why do I need math? Like, why do I need to know algebra for soil? You know what I mean? So, but understand that you can take the power back. If these professors are giving you a bunch of classes that just don't make sense to you, challenge them. You're an adult now. Challenge them, okay? Be like, hey, now I do understand these are the prerequisites, and I understand for my major I have to take these courses. Sometimes you have to bite the bullet. But they'll be like, oh, take this class and take this class. No, take a wide variety, okay? Let's just say I like using business majors, but if you're a business major, but you take like a welding class, okay? When you take the welding class in the beginning when you're just tinkering around with college and you're getting into your system, your swing. When you're taking that welding class though, and you start to mix in your business stuff, you can be like, okay, this is how many man hours it would take to produce this item. And once I make this item, I could sell it for this much, and this is how much profit I can make. Blah blah blah. I'm not a business person, but I'm around them enough that I can BS a few words and make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. Okay, but learn how to incorporate different fields to yours. It's kind of like the last one I just said. Another one is maintain your health. Okay, on my channel I speak a lot of spirituality and a bunch of mind, body, and spirit things. What's the point of being the smartest kid in your class, the most spiritual person in your friend group, if your body is shutting down? Okay, eat healthy. It might be easy to just drink a soda because you need some sugar, so a little bit of caffeine, a little bit of fake energy. Okay, it might be easy to just heat up a bowl of ramen. The mac and cheese. I'm using these as my examples. But you realize that sometimes your body, why am I so tired though? Like, sure, I'm working hard in my classes, but why am I so tired? Because your body isn't nourished. Get a good multivitamin, get some good herbs, and I'll make more videos on that, and you'll be perfectly fine. Okay? Stay away from the energy drinks. Sugar is addictive. It's literally, your brain reacts to sugar just like cocaine. Okay? Your brain can't differentiate it. So, in that regard, sugar is addictive. I used to drink those Mountain Dew Kickstarters before brushing my teeth to get ready for class. That's how exhausted I was. And I'd be drinking another one on my way to class. To the point I would get to class and my heart is pumping at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but I'd be face planted on the desk. Okay? You don't want to put your body through that. Okay? That's what puts you in this weird psychological state where you're stressing yourself out, one, to get the good grades that you want, but then also, your body is trying to keep up with you as well. And then you want to try to work up the nerve for Thirsty Thursdays and weekend parties. Your body is under attack at college. So make sure you find a good balance, all right? And I have plenty more good tips, and I'm going to share my story about college. But my last one that I'm going to leave off on this video is grow up. You're not a baby anymore. It's time for you to dress yourself. It's time for you to feed yourself. And please, ladies and gentlemen, bathe yourselves. Okay? You don't have mom and dad to come judge you and say, hey, go wash your butt. All right? You're not going to have mom and dad to come make a call to your professors to, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that might have worked in high school. Oh, you're going to give my child this grade. The only way your parents are going to have any pull is if your parent and your teacher were in the same fraternity or sorority. That's about the only way, and that's how sometimes college works. And if you want me to get in a little bit more detail with that, my experiences with that, let me know. But otherwise, you can't call mommy and daddy no more. These professors don't care. They don't care. They have hundreds of students to worry about, and they're doing their own research in their off time when they're not teaching you. They have other lives. You have to remember, these professors have their own lives too. Okay? So grow up and take responsibility for your actions. Kind of revisiting the health kick though. You're responsible for your own actions. Now, college is supposed to be fun. All right? Don't get me wrong. Don't let any of this scare you. Have fun and learn from your mistakes, and don't keep making the same mistakes. College is where you're free, so you can mess with sexually whoever you want. Explore, do it, but please do it safely. If you keep messing with the wrong people, stop messing with that type of individual. Who cares how attractive that girl is? Who cares how tight that man's abs are? All right, ladies, I'm talking to you too. Don't get wrapped up into that. Always keep your self-respect in check. Love yourself. One quick thing that I learned in regards to that is, if the person, ask yourself this question before you mess with anyone, in a physical manner. Would you if you were on some Freaky Friday stuff, and for some of you that are too young to know that movie, if your souls just switched with somebody, you just switched bodies with somebody, would you want that girl or that guy to control your body for a week and take care of it? If the answer is no, don't mess with them, because that will save you so many problems. Have fun in college, learn from your mistakes, and don't make the same mistake twice. If you want to hear more things, make sure you let me know and ask me any questions. I'll leave my email or just leave a comment. Thanks, guys. Good luck, everybody.